2-year anniversary. 2 years.
DatPiff.com world premiere.
Yo, I just got the new thing for the summer. Now I need me a boo thing for the summer. We can kick it like Luke Kane for the summer. You can't tie me up though. Shit, I don't even tie shoestrings for the summer. I just let them hang like a new chain for the summer. Speaking of, I double the Q.
The primary purpose of the CAF podcast is to express platform for creators to express their personal views or opinions without restriction or censorship. All views or opinions expressed during the CAF podcast are solely those of individuals expressing such views or opinions and does not reflect the views of the CAF podcast.
It's Dr. Baham. So who we got in the CAF today? This is a special episode. He should have been on this in the CAF 3 seasons ago. 3 seasons ago. And I really wish he would have got on when we was talking about black men, but we're going to get into today because today I didn't prepare nothing. Usually I have stuff written down, what I'm going to ask the guests, talk about whatever. But today we're going to wing this thing because I already know we're going to have a good conversation. How did I meet this man? Well, he probably don't know this, but the first time I met Noel, it was not Noel, Dr. Baham. It was summer 2007 in the men's old gym. And we was playing basketball. And I saw this dude get picked up. I said, what is this light-skinned, tall, big dude about to do? And when I tell you this dude got twinkle toes, I'm talking about like giving people the business. I'm like, who is this nigga? Then this nigga got done playing and walked out with his laundry basket. I'll never forget that shit. I will never forget that shit. No, you walked out with your, I'm like, first of all, you who? And then you left with your laundry basket.
No, it wasn't it wasn't a laundry. It was that's crazy because the summer 07, I was playing semi-pro football and stuff. So I remember, and I do remember that day and stuff. I left practice and Brock and DJ said, let's go to the men's gym. They hooping in there. I said, well, shit. I took my cleats off. I had some shoes in the car. We went in the men's gym and balled. That just brought back some memories, dog. Because, you know, during the summer, it was nothing to do in Grambling, dog. It was nothing to do. Like, so we'll go to the men's gym like 4 or 5 that evening. We'll stay in that thing till like 12. 1 o'clock in the morning.
Saturdays, you would stay probably like, I say Saturdays, it was like 12, but Monday through Friday, you was in that thing all night.
We was in that thing all night long, dog. So I do remember that. I thought we had met earlier, but I didn't know if it was, I thought it was in an intramural like 06, and I was like, it could have been 07. I thought we met in the intramural and stuff because I know you were always working with like the women's sports teams and stuff like that.
Well, I got the gram May 2007 for summer session, and I remember that hoop session because it was you, the twins.
Yeah.
Dang, what's my man, the baseball coach?
Cool.
And it was another dude. I can't remember who it was, but y'all was hooping. But I'm like, who is it? What is this big? He finna just sit in the post. Nah.
AJ, I really felt, and I put my hand to the ball. I felt like in 07, 08, I was the best big man on campus. Like that's how I felt. I truly felt I was the best big man on campus that wasn't on the basketball team. Like that, I think that was my prime years from 07 to like 10. I feel like, dog. Like nobody can guard me on campus, dog. I felt like I was the best big man on campus. I promise you.
Hey man, summertime in the CAF, we got no other than Dr. Baham in the CAF. Noel, Dr. Baham, welcome to the CAF, my boy.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like you said, I've been supposed to be on here. I appreciate you having me on here and stuff. And it's an honor to be on here and stuff with you, dog. Like the stories that we got working with the women's basketball team, but we could write a book together, dog. Just the stories that we got, dog.
So let me go through this. Let me go through the preliminary. So the first question we asked, let me get rid of Noel, Dr. Baham. But my boy just got his doctor. The first question we ask everybody is, how is your mental health?
Man, it's good. I know a lot of men come on here and say, man, I'm good, I'm making it and stuff, but I can honestly say I'm blessed. Like you said, I just finished my doctorate. I just graduated a couple of weeks ago and stuff.
Yep.
I'm good. I got a roof over my head and stuff. I have a family that loves me and stuff. I have a great job. I'm in my career and stuff. It's just about maintaining right now. And one of the things I love what you're doing right now is you have this platform and stuff. I watched a couple of episodes and stuff. So I kind of knew you was going to come ask me that question and stuff, but I'm honestly say I'm doing good. If you would have asked me 10, 15 years ago, if someone told me I was going to be doing this, I'd say, man, you lying. I thought I would be coaching somewhere.
Yeah.
In a WNBA or something like that. I thought I would be doing that, but with life and stuff, it's about adapting. So I would tell that to anybody that's going through something right now. It's only seasonal and stuff, and it's about the choices that you make. You had to have a great support system. That's what I had. I had great friends in college, not just college, but back at home and stuff that I can lean on and stuff. And sometimes people is the pride, is the ego thing where they don't want to open up to people and stuff. But my advice to anybody is, you have to open up, to get that feedback from anybody to get you through anything.
Mm-hmm. So let's take them back, Dr. Baham, because if the people can't hear it, you can hear a little twang in his voice. That means when you hear that type of twang, he can only be from one place in South Louisiana, but he's from the certain place, the only place where I know in Louisiana that they call the city. So take us back to the city, aka New Orleans. Where did Dr. Baham really learn more about himself?
Man, I'm from the city. I'm from New Orleans and stuff.
Come on now.
It's a grimy city. It's so grimy down here and stuff. But to tell you the truth, bro, I didn't really find myself until I went to college and stuff. I tell this to twin Davin about a year ago, right before baseball season. I said, dog, I looked up to you and your brother, just how y'all carried yourselves and stuff. And like when I first got to Grambling, dog, I was straight white tee, straight Jabot jeans and stuff like that. But I saw how these dudes was carrying themselves and stuff, how they was going to class and stuff. And I saw like they was, getting into different activities on campus and stuff. They would just hang with the people that I was like, man, I need to hang with these dudes and stuff. I started, being like a sponge towards them, getting the knowledge and from them and stuff. And, and I just ran with it, dog.
I got at least floss. Got a floss.
There it is.
I got a floss on the camera. Hold on. I feel Jesus. I was like, man, I'm talking to this dude. As soon as you started talking, I was like, I'm missing something. like bling bling, New Orleans, all that just popped in my head in there.
Bling bling, baby.
Yeah, all that just went in my head. So why Grambling? That's a question. That's a question I get asked.
Why Grambling? Let me tell you the reason.
But for somebody from Louisiana, why Grambling? But go ahead.
So here's the thing, like, growing up in the city and stuff, like there's other opportunities that you see colleges on TV.
Southern
they got
New Orleans,
Xavier, Dillon, and stuff like that. So what made me choose Grambling, what Grambling was given to me was the fact that on my father's side, everybody went to Southern and stuff. And a lot of people don't know, my mom's side of the family, they went to Grambling, but also my mom also did some time at Southern. Like she did like a year and a half, maybe 2 years at Southern. So I always knew about Grambling and Southern, like from off the porch. Like I have baby pictures of Grambling shirts. I got some baby pictures with me with Southern shirts. So I knew about Grambling and Southern before anybody. I felt like around my age gap and stuff. And like I said, my mom's side of the family, she went to Grambling. My auntie went to Grambling. So, I knew about Tasties. I know the life. We had family members that stayed up there. So, My mom told me I had a choice. It was out of Grambling or Grambling and stuff. And that was it. I knew about Grambling and Southern. So we choose to go to Grambling. That's the best choice I ever made in my life, dog. I tell it to everybody, you know, Southern's a great school, but Grambling, that's home. That's home, dog. That's home. I can't talk enough about how much Grambling has blessed me and teach me stuff that I know about now, dog. And it holds a special place in my heart.
Well, people always ask me why Grambling. I tell them real simple. I just wanted to get out of Florida, so I knew I wasn't going to FAMU. Bethune, it was just too high. And I said, if I'm gonna pay that price, I might as well go out of state. So I literally applied to 6 schools. I applied to Grambling, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Fort Valley, and I can't remember the other 2 schools. And I said, whatever school hit me back first, that's where I'm going.
And that's crazy because I remember we was talking about that. I said, AJ, what made you decide to come to Grambling and stuff? And you told me on the bus, you was like, dog, Grambling was the first one to hit me up. But then because I asked you, I was like, I've noticed, like, if you're not from Louisiana, you're not from Texas, you're not from Cali, majority of people that was on Grambling campus was from Florida.
And I didn't find out till I got there, like literally like a year later. I think it was close to about 100 of us from Florida. I didn't even know.
Listen, before you got there, this had to have been like 03, 04. This is when I think Doug was still, it's either Doug Williams was there still off his first stint, or it had to be because Bruce was the quarterback and stuff. Like Florida was deep. Like when I say deep, Florida, like it was deep. And I'm just not talking about like right here by Pensacola the area. I'm talking about it was Miami, it was Jacksonville, it was Orlando, like in the apartment complex in Sanders. Like they had one half of the wing was just people from Miami, like from Florida and stuff. Like that really shocked me. I was like, oh, Florida really up here like deep. I ain't talking about 20, 30 people. We talking about 100, 150, like kids that's from the Florida area. That was surprising. I thought we were gonna get like more people from Mississippi and Alabama, but man, Florida ran that thing for good from like 04 to 06. It was deep, dog.
My homegirl Keita, her mother, she was from Florida. Her mother from Florida. When Graham played Bethune in Daytona last year, we went, and she would just introduce me to all these people. Like, yeah, I'm from Graham, from Florida, Miami. It's either Miami, West Palm Beach, Sarasota, and I think it's like 14 people I met from Jacksonville that graduated from Graham. So I didn't know they went that far, but I was even shocked to meet people from Florida.
Yeah, a close friend of mine, she from Florida and stuff, and like once I met her, like all her homegirls and stuff, it was like a little takeover, dog. I was like, man, they trying to turn this thing to Florida A&M.
No, let me tell you something. One thing about Grambling, and forget Grambling. One thing about Louisiana. You ain't finna change that bad boy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dog, you're not, dog.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everybody, I throw up my L when I hear Louisiana music. I'm like, y'all don't know nothing. What y'all know about bounce? What y'all know about Big Freedia? Y'all know nothing about Big Freedia, man. Come on, man. Move out the way. Let's get out the way. These are my rules. I'm 3. Look, I might not show it, but I'm 318 tatted somewhere.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess it's just something in the air that once you touch down in that area, that Ruston, Grambling area and stuff, I guess it's just the subtlety and stuff. You know, it's just something about, I don't know what it is. It might be something in the water that once you hit that area and you be there for a while, you're like, man, this is home. This is like my second home and stuff.
Man, let me tell you something. Chickadilly, Southern Classic. No, what's the donut place? Oh my God, I was just talking about Haskell's.
Oh, dog, that's ridiculous, though. Like, I tell this to people, I was like, Southern Class is better than Popeyes, dog. Like, people just don't know. Southern Class is better than Popeyes. I'm telling you that right now. Don't argue with me. Don't jump. Don't argue.
Only thing I'm gonna argue with you is Chickadilly.
Dog, the best chickadilla I thought was in Arcadia. Like, dog, it was. And like I said, we from the city and stuff, so we know fast food, like we know food and stuff. But like them little country towns, like Southern Classic, Chickadilly, though they really like them things fire. Like, and I don't eat like every time I go to Ruston though, I gotta go to Griff's, I gotta go to
Yep.
Southern
Yep.
Classic, I gotta hit them spots up, though. Like I can't leave North Louisiana without getting those spots, dog. I can't get it.
Okay, let's jump off food because you're making me hungry. Okay, so let's get off. Look, I'm just thinking like, boy, man, I can't get that, but it's all good. So, all right, so we passed that. Like literally, I don't have nothing planned. Usually, when I bring people on, I have something planned to talk about. But I know with you, I'm gonna just let it ride. So I'm gonna just get straight to it, Dr. Baham. No, I ain't gonna hit you with that one. Nah, that's stupid.
No, whatever you got, we got time, dog. You my boy. You can ask me anything.
I'm gonna just know because you brought it up. You said a rough patch like 10 to 15 years ago. What was you going through if you want to talk about it?
Man, it was just I felt like I reached a crossroad in my life and stuff. You know, I just finished my master's degree and stuff, and I had dreamed. A lot of people don't know I actually started my doctoral degree in 2009, right before I started working with the basketball team and stuff. And I had a falling out with some family and stuff like that. We wasn't seeing eye to eye and stuff. And I'm a big family person, and you know, I was still dealing with effects of losing a loved one. My uncle, who was dear to me and stuff, he was the male figure in my life, and I lost him and stuff. And you know, and you know this as well, AJ, living in North Louisiana, like if you're not working at a university or you're not working at a plant, it's very hard to, you know, have some type of income and stuff. And I wanted to make the Ruston Grambling area my home and stuff. It was peaceful. You know, I love the people out there and stuff, but it was the economic growth, especially for Black men in that area and stuff. So I was battling that. You know, I was in school and stuff, and I had some issues with school and stuff. And you know, at this time, I'm working with the Grambling basketball team. I'm trying to figure out, like, hey, you know, I can't be on this internship forever. You know, I need to see what's going on, what's out there for me. And as you know, we was let go. You know, so I had a baby on the way. So I was like, man, look, what's going on? Like, Noel, what you gonna do? So it took me a time to regroup and get my mind straight, get my feet up under me and stuff. The school I was at United States Sports Academy and stuff. I ended up leaving there. Me and one of my my advisor, we got into like this little backwards and forward. I ended up leaving and stuff. So, you know, what made graduating with my doctorate so special to me is because I actually started this back in 2009, and here is 2023, and I just finished it. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was at a different school, I still had that cloud over my head, is that, you know, everything I did in life, I say I'm gonna do it, but that cloud was still over my head. I'm like, man, look, I never quit at anything, and that was over my head and stuff. So, you know, it was a lot coming at me and stuff, and it just took a lot of will, a lot of prayer, a lot of luck, a lot of grace, blessings to get through that. That really was. Like, a lot of people didn't know I was fighting with depression. I was just at a crossroads in my life.
Let me stop right there, because looking from the outside in, I thought you had everything going on. Because I'm gonna be real with you, Noel. I was envious. I like, I've been working with the women's basketball team for the last 4 years. I'm thinking that spot you got, they would have gave that to me.
Right.
But at the time, it was just, I guess, I know the real thing what happened was I was supposed to graduate spring 2011, but I didn't graduate till fall 2011.
Yeah,
so,
and I do remember it was a conversation. I was in there, I was doing film, and I heard the conversation. I don't know who said it, and I don't want to put their name out there. They said, I thought AJ was graduating this semester, and somebody else in the office said, no, he had to graduate the following year, and they couldn't move you in that spot. So I was like, I knew that my second season was gonna be my last season now. A lot of people don't know that. I knew my second season was gonna be my last. Because like I said, you know, my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now, she was pregnant and stuff. And I knew like I wasn't getting paid, you know, my time there at Grammy. That was an internship. So I knew something had to shake and stuff. So I knew that was gonna be my last season. But I remember like it happened yesterday. One of the coaches said, we can get AJ, and then the other coach said, well, he don't graduate till the following fall. So I knew that was gonna be your position. I knew that was gonna be your spot. And I tell it to everybody, like if you not married and you don't have no kids and stuff in that spot, in that position in Grambling, dog, that's like living in a big city. Like you're gonna have bread and stuff. So, but getting back to, you know, what I was going through, you know, I tell it to people like you really can't judge a book by its cover. You like you don't know what's going on in people's lives.
I promise you, I'm looking at you, I'm thinking like Noel got this thing figured out, not knowing.
Nah, it was like I was still working on my stuff. I wasn't, you know, happy with the things I was doing and stuff like that. But I felt like I needed to go through that productive struggle because it made me the man who I am today. Like stuff that was stressing me out back then, I don't even think about it, dog. I really don't. Like it's been times I sit back and I just think about it. It was times where like I didn't know when I was going to eat. Like I was looking forward to when we was going on the road trips and stuff. Like when I remember the time when we had that stretch where we played, we beat Oral Roberts and we played Tulsa and Texas and LSU. Like, and that's crazy. That's when I found out that my girlfriend was pregnant. But that was the best time because we wasn't at the crib. We was on a road for like 9-10 days straight. So I was eating good and stuff. Like, you know, when Coach Rogers used to take us, dog, restaurants, we getting a chicken pasta, extra chicken and stuff. Like,
come on now.
Like we at the games and stuff, like we hustling the bus driver, like you gonna eat? No, I'm not gonna eat. So like the bus driver was eating for free. So we getting like 3-4 combos and stuff. So we was eating good on a road trips, dog. That's one thing I can say, we was eating good. So like that was that time away from like the struggle and stuff. So so that's why I was like, you know, a lot of people didn't know I was going through that, and then I was about to be a father too, and that was crazy. That was the scary part. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like I wasn't prepared for it, you know.
So okay, so I'm gonna jump off the session. I'm gonna get to some shit because I really want to know this. You know what, Noel? Do you remember going to Kansas State?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
So this what happened. Listen, this what happened. Coach Powell, she said, AJ, go check on the stuff and make sure we're good. I said, all right. I said, Noel, you said, AJ, everything good, everything packed, we ready. I'm like, all right, leave it alone. Get on the bus, get to Kansas, right?
Oh, and we never talk about it because you know what? I clear it up right here. I'm about to put it. This is exclusive. So check this out. This is what happened.
So how did you wait? Hold on, I gotta get the people to start. I gotta get people to start because it's old. It's 10 years and I got through it. We get to Kansas, right? We get the bags, and I'm like, Noel, where's the bag with the uniform? You're like, it's right there. I'm like, no, this is the practice gear. Like, Noel, where's the bag? He was like, it gotta be. Noel, how did you forget the bag with the church?
So okay, so you know I'm a man. We can talk about it. So this what happened. A lot of people don't know. We showed up to Kansas State, which was a big tournament in the beginning of the season. This was our second year there and stuff. And I think this was what y'all second or third time at Kansas. That was your second.
Yeah, it was the second.
The second. All right, so cool. Check this out. So we arrived the day before the games and stuff. And I remember like we pulled up to the hotel and stuff. We got everything out off the bus and stuff. And I'm like, something just didn't feel right. I don't know, it was because this was my first trip with Grambling and stuff. I was kind of nervous. I wasn't what to expect and stuff. Like I just it was just something going on. So we get to the hotel room and stuff. I'm on a computer. I was doing something, and you keep calling. I was like, "What's up, AJ?" and stuff. He was like, "Dog, what a uniform at?" I said, "Dog, it's right there in the bag. It's right there." You like, "Dog, there's no uniform in there." So now, nigga, I'm nervous. Like I'm going to all the players' rooms and stuff. I hit up Coach Powell. I hit up Coach Green. I'm like, "Say, bro, is the uniforms in there and stuff?" When it really hit me that we left them damn jerseys, it was like, man, I had to go tell Coach Green, like, we really don't have these jerseys and stuff. And I went with him. I told him we don't have it and stuff. And the look on his face, he had to smirk like really? And he had the look of disappointment, like, damn, I got to go tell Coach Rogers that, we left these jerseys and stuff. And I went with him. He was like, no, you got to come with me. I didn't want to go. And we went to her room and stuff. We told her and stuff. And like at that point, I felt like I was doing a good job as a graduate assistant and stuff, but when we told her that, I felt like for like a month, and you can attest to this, for like a month, the looks I was getting from Coach Green, Coach Powell, and Coach Rogers and stuff, I was like, man, like, I only been here 2 months and I'm about to get fired. Like these people about to leave me in Kansas, Manhattan. Like
I told Coach Powell, hey, I gotta talk to you because I was like, I don't know what you was about to do, but like I know he ain't finna commit suicide, but it was just like,
ooh, boy, I felt like the lowest because I was so embarrassed. But that was, and a lot of people don't know this, what really happened, prior to this. It even goes back before we left campus and stuff. So what people don't know is that first season I was doing film and the other graduate assistant was doing equipment, and she wasn't there when we was packing up the stuff. So before we load the bus, all the stuff was in the equipment room, and she had to do something with her child or something like that, but she wasn't there. She came late, so me and Coach Powell had to get the bags. Now, mind you, I didn't pack nothing, so I didn't know what bags was supposed to get on the bus. So we packed everything. Like every bag I saw, I put in there. We brought stuff on that trip that we never used. The 2 years I was there. Remember those warm-ups they had with the hoodies and the warm-up pants? Like, oh, we had them shit. Like we had that. So I'm like, Coach, I just grabbed all the bags that was in there, but it was made to where it was my fault that we left it. However, Coach Green and Coach Rogers did tell me, and Coach Powell told me, go double check and make sure we have everything. And when I went in the equipment room, I seen a bag, but I didn't think that was a bag with the uniforms in it because the bag was trash. Now, if anybody have worked in the HBCU, like our equipment bags and all this other stuff, the shit is horrible. Like the shit, we had to use the stuff for 4-5 years and stuff. I think Coach Rusty was the coach when they first got these bags and stuff. So the bags is horrible. So I didn't know. So, we played against Kansas State and I practiced uniforms, and nobody knows. I don't think you was in the office, but one day, we looked up on YouTube the game of Grambling against Kansas State on YouTube, and we was like, man, look. I mean, we looked good, like the all black and the gold looked good, but still, like, we had to
practice uniform.
The practice.
Trip, my first year with them, we went and played in the what's the little Bayou Classic tournament in New Orleans?
Xavier, yeah,
and she told me, say, AJ, bring 2 uniforms. I'm like, I'm not gonna bring 2 uniforms. I'm gonna bring the gold because I'm thinking in my head we're gonna play either Xavier or Langston, and in Langston, Xavier probably gonna wear white. Langston gonna put her blue on, not knowing that
Bethune-Cookman was gonna be
not Bethune, Tuskegee.
Tuskegee, that's who it was, Tuskegee. And I remember when they was teaching me how to break down film, they was like, break down this film from us versus Tuskegee the year before. And I I could tell which one was which and stuff. I was like, damn, why they really got these 2 gold jerseys? Like, I've never seen a college game with 2 So that's
Bruh,
that's why they
bruh,
wore the gold jerseys.
30 minutes before the game, our girls dressed, they ready. I see Tuskegee, and I'm like, they got on gold. So I went to coach. I said, Coach, Tuskegee got on gold. We got on gold. And she was like, well, go to the hotel and get
the black jerseys.
Like, Coach, all I brought was gold. And ever since then,
We had, and I wonder why she always made us pack 2 jerseys.
ever since then, I always had 2. Even when I know we playing teams like Alabama State and Alabama A&M, I know they ain't got our colors. I got 2. So
Man,
don't eat truck. Don't eat truck, because I did that too. So it, like literally, Tuskegee had to go get their gold jersey they played yesterday, and they washed them. We literally waited 30 minutes. They washed them jerseys, and they put them on. They brown jersey, so we could play a basketball game.
Man, that's man. Let me tell you something. I feel like I crossed over from a boy to a man those 2 years working. Just it was that. Remember, it was situation with phones getting picked up the day before games and stuff.
I hate
so
that
like,
part.
but check this out. But what's crazy part is after the game, after the game, Coach Rogers, she's on a phone calling people and saying, "Hey, can you ship the jerseys to us? Like, we need it because, mind you, afterwards we played. I forgot who we played.
It was one of them weird teams.
It was like Marist or something. The next following it was Marist and stuff. And then remember we had 2 more games.
Because we had an 8-game road trip because we had to go to Oklahoma State and Memphis.
Yep, we had to go to Oklahoma and Memphis and stuff. So after the game, like, we get into this, we was trying to meet you because we was about to leave, and we got on this elevator, and we got on an elevator with Coach from it's out of Kansas State or whoever. What school did St. John's? I remember St. John was there. And the coach from St. John at the elevator said, "Man, I saw y'all game and stuff. I see y'all had to practice in y'all practice uniform." And he not knowing that I'm the jackass who left the jerseys and stuff. He was like, "Yeah, if that would have happened, we would have fired the person and left him here." I'm just shaking my head like, "Coach, please don't leave me," and stuff like that. And like, when I say, like, for like a month, they brought that shit up every time they can get and stuff. Even if the girls played bad and stuff, and coaches would be like, "Yeah, we didn't even get you prepared and stuff. Like, we couldn't even get y'all jerseys there on time." I was like, "Man, y'all riding this shit, dog." Like, ooh, they robbed me right there, dog. So that was that will go down as my lowest in my coaching career, is leaving a goddamn basketball jersey in a damn equipment room. Dog, I was embarrassed, dog. I wasn't gonna kill myself. I was about to cry. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna cry in that room. And it was funny about it was I was sitting on the bed, I had my hands up, I had my head.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You walk by me and you just tap on my shoulder. You tap on my shoulder and say, "Dog, it's gonna be all right." Just walk.
I like it's gonna be. Hey, look, it's gonna be all right. Don't. I want, like, it's like what, like you see somebody like, damn, this nigga. It's like, nigga, I did this shit worse too. Don't even worry about it. You'll be all right. You'll bounce back. It's just I just know that feeling. I just know that feeling. So yeah. But yeah, that I had to bring that up. I had to bring that up.
I still to this day I think about that. They like, how the, because you thinking like, if I didn't leave the jerseys, the universe, like, maybe I get another job somewhere, coaching somewhere, or X, Y, Z. See, I think about stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's the guy who left the jerseys. Like, no, I'm not gonna hire this guy and stuff, But everything worked out. We was able to get the jerseys next day and stuff. I remember we had to drive to a FedEx center to pick them up. We got them. We hurry up and get to the hotel. We get the girls dressed and we make it to the game. And I remember that's when Savannah and Sierra, a lot of our recruits came to the second game. See, I was glad they didn't come to the first day, because the first day I was like, yeah, I remember Sierra. That's the first time I saw Sierra when she came for the second game. I was like, Lord, thank God these jerseys came in because I felt like, damn, Sierra about to go sign somewhere else. Now I'm gonna really get fired.
Yo. Summertime in the calf, man. We got Dr. Baham with us. So let me ask you this question. What do you do when you're down and you're going through all that? What did you do to get yourself up out of that? Or did somebody come and talk you out of it?
Man.
Because hold on, let me say this. Because what you're going through, I think a lot of black men are going through it, but some people sometimes they don't make the right turn and they go left.
Right.
But what did you do to get yourself up out of there where you can bounce back and stand with your head held high?
Man, that's a great question. It was so many factors. Like I said, you know, I saw examples and I knew I had to make a change if I wanted to what Coach Green has and what the Twins had and stuff. And I always had a plan. I guess at that moment, I didn't know how to execute it and stuff. And so I had to fall back and stuff. I had to take losses and stuff. And that just motivated me. And then I developed a closer relationship with God and stuff. And the thought, you know, it's a blessing and I'm not going to say it's a curse. It's a blessing and a harmful thought that you're about to have a child, because that really motivated me and stuff. Because I was like, listen, I'm about to have a child. I'm depressed, blah, blah, blah. But then that kind of woke me up. Like, I'm about to be a father. I'm about to have a girl. I got to get my shit straight. And I tell it to my daughter, like, when I'm fussing with her and stuff, and, you know, like when she really make me angry and stuff, like, I sacrifice so much for you so you can have X, Y, and Z. That will motivate me and stuff. My personal relationship with God and stuff and her, that kind of turned it for me. That really did. God honest truth. Like, one day I was at home after we got let go from Grambling. And like I said, at that time I was doing bad, AJ, and stuff. Like, you know, I got a pregnant girlfriend. She 8.5 months pregnant and stuff. I'm moving back to New Orleans and stuff. And I'm making home and stuff. And I was in my grandmother's kitchen and I just dropped to my knees and I said, you know, God, you gotta help me with this one. I don't know what's going on. And, you know, 2 months later, after I had my daughter and stuff, though, things started to turn for me. And, you know, I reached out to people that I kind of cut off and stuff that was good for me and stuff that I didn't want to hear what I didn't want to hear. You know how there's some people where they tell you stuff, you're like, man, I don't want to hear that and stuff. And then you turn around and say, man, they was right. I leaned back towards them. I was like, you know what? I get it now. I understand what you're saying. Like, tell me more. And once that started happening, things started opening up for me and stuff. You know, I tell people, man, get counseling. You got to talk to somebody. I did counseling and stuff. Like I have done it all. Like, I did therapy and stuff. I even reached out to my pastor and stuff. Me and him had conversations and stuff. And it's just not about, you know, asking him for advice. It's just a conversation. Sometimes it just takes just one conversation to make you feel better and get you going in the right direction. And I credit that to my pastor and stuff. I credit it to, you know, a lot of people I met throughout the way and stuff. It just being around good people. Just being around good people.
Let me ask you this question, because you are a father of, you have a little girl. You ain't got no more kids. You got one girl?
Just one girl, 10-year-old daughter named Caitlin.
Let me ask you this question, because I've been asking a lot of men this question. When Kobe passed with his daughter, and then everybody started screaming, girl dad, girl dad, girl dad. How did his passing affect you as a father, knowing that man passed away with his daughter in his hand?
Right. Bro, you know this. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Like, we would, like, I remember when we was driving back on road trips, like, the worst road trip is from Alabama to Grambling. If anybody, like, don't know, the Alabama A&M to Grambling, that's a horrible trip. So we would have drawn out, heated discussions. And I was like, man, look, y'all just talking about MJ and LeBron. I'm like, Kobe's that guy. So, like, you know, when he passed away, I can tell you this because I'm man up, and I think men should do this. A side note, I think it's okay for men to cry sometimes and stuff, and it's okay to say it and stuff. I cried, because I was blessed to see MJ play. MJ is the GOAT, but Kobe was my idol because I seen his mentality and stuff, and he was striving for excellence, and he worked hard and stuff, and he was my role model and stuff. Even though I had no kind of connection, like we didn't know each other, nothing like that. But I cried when he passed away, and I was, before he passed away, I was seeing what he was doing with his daughters and stuff, and it was one thing, and I take this from him. He did a interview. He was on a late night show. I don't know what late night show it was. And he said that a guy came to him and said, "Are you ready to have that boy to take the mantelpiece to go over?" And he said that his daughter stepped in and said, "I'm gonna take it," and stuff. And I have accepted the fact that maybe I won't have a boy, show my girl have whatever she needs and stuff. And it was devastating because, like, man, he really died with his girl. And I'm pretty sure that's one thing as a parent, you don't want your child to pass away, but you and your child to pass away in the way that they passed away and stuff. That's a hard pill to swallow and stuff. And I say that because, he just made it world known it's cool to be a girl's dad. Like, I love my daughter with everything and stuff. Like when she first got here and stuff, like I said, my life changed and stuff. And I think he just made it world known. He just made it public that it's good to have.
ESPN did a whole Father Day special.
Yes.
And all they talked about was being a girl dad.
Right.
They didn't talk about nothing else.
Nothing else. And I really commend that because you have to be a strong man to raise girls and stuff, because you gotta protect them from all the predators, all the stuff that's going on. Because, and I tell this to the girls I have that go to the school I'm at, I say, you got to be strong because you guys are the foundation of the Black community and stuff, because mothers are so important in our community, because these little girls will be my mothers, in 10, 15 years. So it's very important that fathers is involved with their daughters' lives and stuff. And it's okay if you don't have that boy. It's okay if you have a girl. Like, girls are a blessing. Like, if you don't know what love is, the daddy-daughter love is just unreal. You had to have a little girl to experience it, because boys, they'll deal with you, but girls, they'll take care of you and they'll love you. And I see that now. Like, if anything is wrong with me, if anybody that love me, I know that little girl love me. If I can pick one person I know that love me, it's that little girl. And it's a blessing to be a dance girl and stuff. Like, I do the dance competitions and stuff like that. She has started her womanly thing and stuff. I'm proud to go through that with her and stuff. It's just a blessing, dog. It really is. It changed my life. It really has. I don't know where I'd be, without her. If I would have had a boy, I don't know if I would be in the same position I am now if I had a boy compared to if I had Caitlin.
Gotcha. Now let's get to some sports.
Mm-hmm.
John Morant.
Man, that's
I only want. I got three. Three sports subjects that popped in my head, so I don't want to get a kill the time. But John Morant, 25-game suspension. Can't stay away from guns. If you was the dad, how you handling that situation?
No, I felt like sometimes, and I don't. We really don't know what kind of relationship him and his father have. If the father is a stern father, or is the father like, that's my dude, that's my guy, we best friends and stuff. So we don't really know. But at some point, the father needs to hold that fist to him, like, dude, you tripping. Like, you messing with generation wealth type of money. Like the infatuation with guns, and let's just be clear, he's not doing nothing illegal. And that's the funny thing. He's not doing nothing illegal to where he's jeopardizing millions of dollars. He just being a 21, 22-year-old kid. Like, I don't even know how old this dude is. But like at some point as a father, you need to say, hey, dude, you tripping. Like, you tripping. Like, you really messing up your future. You messing up your kid's future. And he has a daughter. And that's what's confusing me. Like, you have a daughter. Like, I'm pretty sure the type of behavior he's doing and stuff, I'm pretty sure he don't want her to bring home a dude like what he's doing. Like, if Kaylin would have brought home a nigga like John Morant, I'm like, no, the nigga gotta go. Like, because you open your doors to situations that you're gonna either lose your life and lose your freedom. And if I'm John Morant daddy right now, I'm getting in his shit like, dude, look, you tripping. Like, you really are. Like, they about to make an example out of you. And if this happens again, dog, they're gonna kick him out the league, and he's not gonna come back. He's not gonna come back because we know how this sports shit works. Like, we already know. Like, nigga, if Melo and his coach got into a heated confrontation and that nigga was out the league for a year now, Melo and Morant is on two totally different, platforms to where they at in their career. However, like, they're gonna make an example out this dude. They're gonna make an example out.
I blame his friends for not protecting him.
Yes,
if he's
course.
the bad, if he's first of all, the second instance, my dude, why would you go live when you know your boy got it? Like, hey, my guy, put the gun down. I'm about to go live.
Oh, my thing is this. It shouldn't, like, say, bro, I would have made that known from day one. Like, when we together, no phones. Like, your friend, like, no, it's no phones. Like, no phone. I have to see the picture before you hit send. And I guess that's the difference between old school basketball players and this generation right now. And that's one thing I had to commend about, LeBron James and stuff, and over his 20-odd year career and stuff, like, this nigga has been spotless, dog. This dude has been spotless. For him to not have a questionable photo, not him caught up in a video and stuff, like, he should be the example for the younger generation to say, hey, listen, you see my friends and stuff, you see my circle, your circle need to be like this. Like, if they're not contributing,
protect the brand. Protect the brand.
He's the money, the brand, and none of them dudes that I feel. But see, the first incident, that's all on giant stuff. Like, you in a strip club, like, come on now, dude, come on, like, come on, that's stupid. Hold
on, you in a strip club
in Memphis. That's the thing. What was they in Memphis when this happened?
No, they was in Denver, Colorado.
Dog, there's no way I'm in a strip club in Denver, Colorado with no shirt on with a gun. Like, it's. I just don't know. It's just stupidity.
I gotta keep it moving. Okay. This one is in your backyard. Zion.
Oh, Zion tripping, dog. Zion tripping. But I don't blame Zion. You know why I don't blame Zion? Because Zion's a 20-year-old multi-millionaire. He got all his money. So So
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't blame him. I just want to know, what did he tell her? Because for that girl to do all that, people say she dropped the bag. No, she didn't care about the bag. She was in love with him. She was in love with him.
I think she's also in love with what he can provide for her. And,
maybe get her out that lifestyle as a porn star. Maybe that's what she was looking at. This is my ticket out.
Yeah. Listen, AJ, the dude trip, just bad decisions. Like, if, number one, his first baby mama, if she have a questionable past and stuff, and then, like, the porn star is sharing, like, conversation. Like, this dude was like sending her 10 stacks here and another 10 stacks, and I'm gonna move you down here. And let me just tell you this, for people that's not from New Orleans and stuff, New Orleans is not a place where you're gonna try to move a porn star down here to. I just want to put that out there. Like, you're just not moving them to New Orleans. Like, you're not, dog. He just got money to blow like that, and he was just smashing them and stuff, just fantasies and dreams and stuff of smashing a porn star, and he got the money, he did it. So I would say this: if I was in his shoes, I would have did the same thing. I just probably been more careful. I wouldn't have got him pregnant like he did. But I think that's just us and being in the time, like, you ain't getting no girl pregnant, dog. But Zion tripping. All them niggas tripping. That whole class of 2019 draft class is horrible. Just done.
And then in my last one, with Denver winning the championship, and you got dang, what's my man? I can't even think of the man's name.
Jokic.
What Jokic did that kind of did that give you any hope? Like, damn, I could have did this in the NBA? Because Jokic ain't the finesse player,
right? You in today's NBA and stuff, Jokic is the perfect big man. Jokic is a perfect big man in today's NBA. I don't know if he could have done the same thing if he played with Duncan. He probably would have, because back in those days, it was a more low post generated philosophy type NBA where you got to throw the ball in the post and stuff. That's why I say, I wish college basketball would do kids a favor and coaches a favor, would try to, gravitate towards the NBA style and stuff, because this past draft, the 3 best big men in college didn't get drafted. It's because, they're low post, back to the basket type players and stuff, and they didn't get drafted and stuff. So, but getting back to Jokic and stuff, I think in today's NBA, he's the best big man, clearly. He just know how to play the game of basketball. He can impact the game without scoring 35 points. And I told this to my partner the other day. I say Joel Embiid has to score 30, 35, 40 points for Philly to be successful. Jokic don't have to. Now, Denver have a way better supporting cast. Don't get me wrong. But his ability to pass and his ability to facilitate the offense in the half court and able to run a fast break, he's so much better. If I had to start an NBA team now, I
was just about to ask you that question, but go ahead.
If I had to start an NBA team now, and if I had the first pick with all the players in there and stuff, I still probably won't draft Jokic, but it could be a consideration, because who all will he be playing with? I think him and Maury is a great tag team and stuff. I'll tell you this: if they win another championship, they're gonna go down as one of the best. I think they won't be better than Jordan and Pippen. They won't be better than Shaq and Kobe. They're gonna be in a conversation, but they won't be better than those two. I can see they might be 4th or 5th best duo to do it and stuff, but Jokic is the best right now. They deserve to win that championship. They got a great nucleus and stuff. Coach Malone been coaching a long time and stuff. So
I told people, like, when they played the Lakers, they swept the Lakers. Let's get it quick, 4-0. But right. That was a tough 4 games they played. That
was the best series out of all the series that we had in the NBA playoffs. That was the best series because, and I was telling this to people and stuff. I said, maybe I see it different because even though I coached those 2 years, I see stuff that normally people don't see and stuff. Right. And I'm gonna tell you,
hold on, let me kill you right there. LSU, Ole Miss game. I'm looking at this game and I'm looking at them. I'm like, yo, if Ole Miss do high-low and get what's the girl name from LSU? Get her away from the basket, they could have won that game. I'm looking at it, I'm like, dog, I'm the only one who see this.
And like I said, a lot of people don't see it. Like we have been in coaching circles, like we've been in coaching meetings, we've been in film and stuff. So I see stuff that I'm be like, damn, why they not doing this and stuff? And it be there and stuff. Like I tell this to people, I said Mike Malone and Mike Malone, to me, he's have moved himself as one of the top coaches because he knows how to kill a run. He know how to kill a run. Like if you put a 6-0 or 8-0 run on you, he knows how to stop it. He gets a play and that gets a bucket. And I noticed that every time, if it was especially with the Lakers, especially games 3 and 4, where the Lakers had leads and stuff, and it looked like the Lakers was about to really put them out and stuff. He'll call that timeout and stuff, and they always came back with a basket, and then they'll come up with a run and stuff. And it was small adjustments. I saw how he'll put certain people in pick and rolls and stuff. And I'm telling the people at work, they was like, I didn't even think about that. That you see why and stuff. So, you know, that was the best series. It wasn't the best for me because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not a LeBron James fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a Laker fan. I was upset that they got swept, but I knew once they swept the Lakers, they're gonna beat whoever they was gonna come out the East. Like it didn't even matter.
I wanted Miami because I'm just a fan of Jimmy Butler, but it was just like Jokic
he was playing out his mind.
I don't even know how Miami won game 2.
Listen, I said this. I said that Miami has to get one of the first 2 games because if Miami don't get the first 2 games, it's going to be a sweep. And I think about it, the Lakers had a chance not to get swept in game 2 because they was up that game, just like Miami. But Miami was able to stop Denver runs and stuff. The Lakers couldn't. The Lakers had an opportunity to win in game 2 and stuff, and LeBron did some fake ass LeBron shit like he been doing and stuff. It pissed me off and stuff. And I said, this Denver team reminds me of a young San Antonio or the 2011 Dallas team, to where it's just their year. Like you just can't explain it. Like you could come up ways to stop Jokic. You could come up ways to Murray. The shit was just falling. So you just gotta be like, shake their hand like
when Jokic hit that 3 with the shot clock going, I said, yeah, it's over.
When he hit it against LeBron in game 3 or 4.
It was the one he did it. I think that was game 3 in LA.
Yeah, that 3, man. I said, look,
it's over.
It was over. He's clearly the best player in the league right now. Like I think he passed up Giannis. Like,
All right. Okay. Well, first of all, stop killing my question because I was about to ask you that. But I'm gonna switch it. Give me your Mount Rushmore in basketball, in NBA. Your Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Give me your top 4.
Top 4. Mike, Kobe, LeBron. To that 4th one, I want to go Magic. I also want to go Shaq because I feel like those 4 you can't tell a story of the NBA.
Give me your Mount. I need one because I'm building it, Noel. I got Mike, got Kobe, got LeBron. But that 4th one,
I'm gonna go with Shaq. That's my rush.
Okay, give me your top 5 current in the NBA right now.
Ooh, boy!
And I don't want center, power forward. No, top 5.
Top 5. Jokic.
Top 5.
Jokic. Steph. Jokic. Steph. Giannis.
If you say, man, they said we finna play a 5-on-5. You pick your 5 right now, and you get a chance to pick the best 5 in the NBA.
Tatum.
I
gotta take LeBron.
All right.
That's my 5. That's
all
my
right.
5.
Summertime in the Cap, man. We got Dr. Baham. We got to go to these Cap podcast questions. So it's gonna be one or the other, fill in the blank, either or. But you got to give us an answer. If you don't give an answer, we'll be on this bitch all night until we get an answer. So first question, Dr. Baham, because I'm gonna keep throwing it out there. Love or money?
Ooh. Damn, but that's a good question. That's
love or money?
Question. I'll take love.
Financial literacy or health literacy?
Health literacy.
Okay, this is for your girl. You can pick one out of 3 or 2 out of 3, but you can't pick all 3. T-shirt and panties, lingerie, or nothing at all.
T-shirt and panties are nothing at all.
All right. Dr. Baham, what is your guilty pleasure?
Ooh, what's my guilty pleasure? Damn.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Mine is watching them ASMR videos. I'll watch one of those anywhere.
Oh, damn. My guilty pleasure is, hey, that's boy. You came with it today, boy. God,
Cal
dog.
Podcast. Cal Podcast. We got to get you thinking.
Woo! A guilty pleasure. Damn, boy. Oh, my wife don't watch this. Oh,
I'll watch an ASMR video in a heartbeat. Just sit there, just be listening to crazy stuff. People eating chips, rubbing
I
on
would
racks,
just,
playing with food.
um, I would, I just love, boy, AJ, you gonna get me in trouble, dog.
Well,
She
I mean,
not,
it's the cow. It's the cow.
well, I just love women, dog. I love women, just voluptuous, thick women, dog. That's just,
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. All right, Dr. Baham, would you
uh-huh.
rather be perfect or light? Perfect or light?
Perfection is hard. I don't care who really like me. That's a great question, boy. Damn. You really got me thinking, dog.
That's the point. That's the point. Cow Podcast. See, if you would have been here 3 seasons ago, you never would have got these questions.
What you got me on here now? So anytime you need me, I'm be on here. Perfect or light? Would I want to be perfect? That's boring. I'd rather be light. I'd rather be light than perfect. That's kind of.
Which is better, 90s rap or 90s R&B?
90. Oh, Jesus. 90s R&B. 90s R&B. Clearly is the best.
What is the hardest thing you had to let go this year?
Oh, the hardest thing I had to let go. Friendships.
Noel, excuse me, Dr. Baham, what gets you horny?
Boy. Man, just voluptuous women.
Twice you said that. I just point that out. All right. What is something you wish to, not wish. What is something that you're going to accomplish before 2024?
Before losing 30 pounds.
Okay. What is the best advice a Black woman ever gave
you? Best advice a woman ever gave me. Ooh, that's a good one, AJ. That's a great one. It's been a lot. I'm not even gonna bring like my mom into it. I'm gonna just bring like someone outside that told me about game and stuff about women. Listen, communication and listening is the key to a relationship.
What is the best advice a Black man ever gave you?
Man. Be a man of integrity and stand your ground.
All right. 2 more questions. And we got our Cal podcast question. I'm gonna ask that one at the end, but this question is: if you can ask God one question, what would it be?
Boy, you coming tonight, boy. God.
It's Cal podcast.
Jesus. If it was one question I can ask God.
One question.
Damn, boy. I would ask him, why Black people or African Americans or Black people in general had to have no, I don't want to ask it like that. Why is it still a struggle for Black people when it comes to race and equality?
Yeah, that would. I can't think of the pastor name. When he brought it up, I said that is a good question. Because that's a question I would want to know. Like, why on your earth Black people suffered the most?
Like it just that's a good topic for just. And you know what, AJ, to add on to that, sometimes it's also us. We keep making, we have made, and this just me, like people may say something about what I'm about to say, but in the Black community, we have had opportunities to change our environment and our surroundings where we just can't say, oh, it's because of racism, is this and is that and is that, especially in 2023. Like with the internet, with social media and stuff, there's no way where our community still should be behind the eight ball, like where we're at right now. Like we can't blame the school system because we don't know about taxes. We can't blame the school system because we don't know about certain things. Like there's the internet, there's resources where you can look this up to where you can get ahead and stuff, where you can do this, where you can get out of poverty, or you can change it. It's just about you, and you can't have the excuses to like, oh, he racist, or they just holding me back and stuff, because clearly, you know, we have had Black people that have made it. It's been documented what they did, but you can also do it. It's just that we're a prisoner of our own crimes and stuff. We're a prisoner in our own minds that we won't leave certain situations. We won't change. We won't listen. We won't adapt. And I think that's partially the reason. Don't get me wrong, it's still racism and stuff. It's still people.
No. Everything you're saying, you hitting on, because we do have the opportunity. My question, I was going to be a devil's advocate. Do you think it's always that one that somehow fuck us over? And I'm talking about that one Black person, because the reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm going to tell you why. The Nat Turner movie came out, where when they was on that rampage, that boy told the master, and that's how they died. Then you have other parts where you hear about the African people sold African people to the people. It's just like, damn. So like,
I really want, when I was in a class, when I started teaching social studies and we did talk about slavery, I made that a point in my class that, hey, it just wasn't, you know, the notion is white people came over and they stole us. No, nigga, we had niggas that sold us.
Yeah.
To slavery and stuff. And you're right. It's always gonna be that narrative. It's always gonna be the phase of, you know, it's that one Black person. But I would give you pushback on this. It can be just that one Black person, but it can't be that one Black person that messes up for a whole community. I can stand that person messes up for an individual and stuff, but a whole community and stuff, like, I feel like there's no reason why that any Black child should be struggling to read. There's no reason why Black kids don't know about certain African figures in our community and stuff. Like, I'm working in the school system and stuff. You'd be amazed. Like this one boy, he didn't know who Muhammad Ali was. You know, that's one boy that
I ain't gonna front, because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is where Grambling saved me. I never heard of Juneteenth till I got to Grambling.
But listen, I say the same. I didn't know about Juneteenth till my junior year in high school, and it was the school baseball coach that told me about Juneteenth and stuff. But I say that because in our community, we being that I work in a school system, we depend on teachers to raise our kids and stuff. And I've seen it a lot, and I've seen the majority. Now, I'm not saying all parents do this. It's majority of parents that would say, well, why you didn't learn that in school? Well, you should have learned that in school. In my household, it was never dependent on, oh, you had to learn that at school and stuff. And as now I'm starting to see a common trend to like parents not teaching their kids about taxes. They're not teaching them about financial literacy. They're not teaching them about, how to balance your checkbook and stuff like that. So it's just the smaller things I feel like in our community, we're not doing inside our community for us to break those barriers down where we're still getting held back and stuff. And I feel like that can't always be the first answer to everything. Oh, it's because I'm Black and I'm living in this area and they racist. No, that's now if this was the 90s and stuff, yeah, okay, I give you some slack. Even the early 2000s, but this is 2023 where everything you need to know is on your cell phone. If you could sit on your cell phone and do a TikTok and stuff, you can learn how to create an LLC. If you good with your hands and stuff, you can learn how to change out a wall socket and stuff. You could be an electrician or a plumber or go to trade school. It's something that you can learn off the internet to where you can change your environment. And I tell it to my kids and stuff, the ones that come to my office that's fucking up in class and stuff. I said, I'm gonna give you an example. I told this kid, I gave him a pen. I said, that's the heaviest thing I have to pick up while working. And he said, like, what you mean? I said, that's the heaviest thing I had to do to pick up. Like, there's some people that got to get on roofs. They got people that got to pick up jackhammers. They got to have people that work, shitty ass jobs just to make it. And I said, they make the decision of not doing what they had to do at an age or a certain period of time where they can set themselves up for success. And you're making that same decision. And I challenge that to anybody, like, stop depending. You're going to have to really go out there and do what you have to do. And we're not doing that in our community and stuff. And another thing is, what I do hate is the ignorance of our community is starting to be put out there on a front page instead of being on the back burner like it's supposed to. That positive stuff is not shedded because we don't really care about it. We care about the ignorance and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's always going to be like that. It's just about helping out and really had to tell another person like, hey man, you fucking up. And not when somebody tell you that, don't take it as, oh, this dude hating. Like, it's a difference between hating and it's a difference between constructive criticism. Like, if we was in a room like we was on a road trip and you like, dog, I want to do this podcast and stuff. Hating is me telling you, oh, dog, you can't do that. You don't have to, dog, you're not going to be good at that. That's hating. Constructive criticism is, well, what's going to be your audience? Like, are you going to be, dedicated to do this every Wednesday, 8:45 to 9:45? Are you going to be dedicated and stuff? Well, let me hear this. Let me hear that. Dog, that don't sound good. I think you need to be better. That's constructive criticism. And we don't know the difference. And we start alienating people from our lives, or we just shut down because we hear one negative comment instead of turning that comment to, well, damn, maybe he's right. Let me work on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Baham was right. And I don't want to just do it. I want to do a broad. I just don't want to do sports on a podcast. I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about time at Grambling and stuff. That's constructive criticism. And we need to get to that level.
Last question in the calf, Dr. Baham. Who has the better pancakes, Whataburger or Cracker Barrel?
No, I've never had Whataburger.
Okay, so you gotta try them. You can answer it, but you gotta try them. Now, people say they're not frozen.
I think Whataburger is gonna have the best ones because Cracker Barrel is overrated.
I'm just try them. They're not frozen. They make them on site, and they are humongous.
Whataburger.
I
didn't know Whataburger had a breakfast. See, they don't have a Whataburger down here, so I won't know.
Oh, well, you got to do that. Now, let me say this. we about to hit 2 hours, and I had nothing planned because I already knew once I get you started, it was on and popping.
Right.
So Dr. Baham finally got him in the calf. I really do appreciate you getting on, my brother. Just know season 6, we're gonna start up in August. You're already invited back. I'm telling you now. So then you don't need to try to hit me with that other BS. You coming back for season 6 because I don't know what our topics is at, but I know whatever it is, you're gonna hit on.
Oh, I'm not gonna make excuses why I didn't do it, but at those times, AJ, I was up here, right? I was working on my dissertation, and at that time, dog, I missed out so much in like parties and stuff like that. I was driven to get this completed.
I'm
like,
cool with it. Look. If it was something like, don't get me wrong. At the time we started, I'm gonna be honest, I was pissed because we just got popping. You reached out, I reached out, I said, let me get this thing going. But everything worked out the way it's supposed to work out. Now, don't get me wrong, I do get mad at some people. Like, it's one girl, she want to get on. I tell her, we kind of booked up. I got to let you know in June of 2024 when we open. I laughed my ass off because she just pissed me off. But everything is happening for a reason. There's a reason why you wasn't on that time. Maybe you would have been in that same drought that you was, and it'd have been a terrible interview. But the fact that you overcame what you came, you're now a doctor. We might not have got this type of interview.
Right. And just don't put me on that with Perk. Perk just gets on my nerves, dog. Don't put me on that with Perk.
That's my co-host, dog. He gonna be on. He gonna be on. I can't help that.
Dog. Perk, boy, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Perk is a funny dude. He's a great guy and stuff. Perk, boy, one time, and this is gonna be my last thing before we go, dog. Perk made me so mad one time. I was in a mall in Monroe, and I think I was in Jimmy Jazz. First of all, I haven't seen a Jimmy Jazz in a mall since before Katrina. And there was a Jimmy Jazz in a Pecanland Mall in Monroe. And I'm up there. I was about to ask this girl for a shoe. And Perk just come around. And Perk got some big old arms. Perk came around from behind me, pause, and put me in a headlock. And I didn't know who he was. And I'm trying to tell I'm getting mad. I'm like, I'm laughing, but I'm getting mad. I'm like, dude, just let me go so I can see who it is. This nigga had me a headlock for a good 2-3 minutes. So like we stand in the middle of Jimmy Jazz. I'm like, dude. And then I see who it is. I can't even get mad no more. I just laugh it off. I'm like, dude, like, dog, if I was in New Orleans, I would have shot you, dog.
He from Mississippi.
Yeah, this big country. Baboon and stuff. That's my guy. I gotta get on there with Perk.
Yeah, so yeah, man. But you know right? No. You're coming back for season 6 because that's one thing. I didn't even get a chance to talk about Katrina with you.
Right. Ooh. And then we got to do something where we talk about the stories on the road and stuff. Like, dog, like I said, we could tell it. We could do a documentary, dog. From practices and stuff, the open runs where it was just like me, you, and Coach Stalwart and 2 other people playing against the girls' teams and stuff. And let me. It's a story I got to tell you, but I got to write this up. But Cal Podcast, Summertime Edition, you got Dr. Baham on. Appreciate you getting on, my dude. Whatever you need from us, let us know. We got you. Like I always say, we're going to get better and do better, and y'all have a good night. Let me get to this.
G14 classified. That's good.
Hairline, Starlight.
Long live DJ Star.
You can't tie me up though. Shit, I don't even tie shoestrings for the summer. I just let them hang.